Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Figures of Action Reviews, and you know what? I forgot. Totally forgot to do this, and I should have done it. I should have gotten it done as soon as I got home. That same day that I went out to the Total Nostalgia store for the trade and buy and sell comics and toys. After I went out to that toy store and got all that good footage and, did that trade in of the figures that I was no longer keeping, I made some purchases and I totally forgot to share with you guys what it is that I picked up. It's kind of like, oh, well, I know that I'm like, hey, figures, it's all right. Yeah, cool. But, I don't want it to get too old and then it's like, oh man, well, we don't even remember when you went. But, I just wanted to share with you guys because I got $400 worth of store credit. I left everything that I got in the bags and boxes of everything I picked up with the prices on it. So you can do the add up yourself. And I had leftover, after I made my purchases, I did have store credit left over. But my kids' birthdays are like pretty much right next to each other. And the guy, Philip, is very a nice stand-up guy. What he ended up doing, I ended up talking to him, and right before I left, I told him I would come back because I was going to spend the rest of the store credit on my kids, let them pick out what they wanted for their birthday because they like going out there too. And so Philip was like, yo, I'll do you one greater, man. He said, bring them back out here and I'll throw an additional $10 each for both of them on top of your store credit. So an additional $20 for my kid's birthday. Man, I'm telling you, that guy's a real stand-up dude and really cool, man. So they had a blast going in there. I think they had about $45 a piece to go through that store and pick whatever it is they wanted. So, but anyway, let's get down to the purchases that I did make when I went through there and stuff. I was hoping that they still had that Mafex Cyclops there. But you know what? Hey, stuff like that doesn't sit on the shelf too long, especially when it gets traded in. Somebody else goes in there and they see it. You better believe it that somebody's picking that stuff up. Like that Gladiator, the Marvel Legends Gladiator that I hesitated on. I was like, if it's still out here, next time I come back, I'll get it. Well, lo and behold, it's no longer there, right? Just like that Mafex Cyclops. But I did see some figures that I did want and that I did pick up. And so starting it off, I didn't know how I was gonna get a hold of this guy, and honestly, I wasn't too interested in picking him up. But seeing that I have another version of this guy that I'm not gonna tell you what it is because it's gonna be in another video. And what I can say with this guy is that I picked him up because there's a video I want to put together. And it has to deal with all the different Spider-Man figures from Marvel Legends. Not all of them. Let me take that back. Whoa. I have not collected all Spider-Man from Marvel Legends. Only certain ones that I like. However, one of the points that I'm gonna make in that video that's gonna star this Spider-Man is that you see this body. You know how it has the upper body ab crunch and then it has the lower ab crunch as well. So even though there are a lot of Spider-Man that have come out recently and previously, even though Marvel Legends has switched to this better body buck, you will see that not all Spider-Man are created equal. Not all Spider-Man are created equal, especially with Marvel Legends at the helm. But yeah, so I picked up Ben Riley. I almost called him Ben O'Reilly, but I did pick up Ben Riley Spider-Man. He was $25, and interested enough, it was just like, hey man, you know what? I got some plans for him, man. I got some plans. So that was one, $25. Next, I did not have a Zartan, so I did pick up Zartan. Zartan was $30. Now that Zartan with the retro with the blue, the one that has like the blue vest, that guy is like $100 or so, and I wasn't willing to pay that price. But this guy did come with all of his stuff, so everything that was in the box was in the bag, And I kind of was playing around with him, trying to manipulate, make sure his head didn't fall off. Because you know, some people, they'll trade something in and it only takes one little touch and then the arm pops off. And it's like, well, nope. No, he was pretty good. So apparently, you know, Philip and his team went through this guy and he was good for the trade-in. So I needed the Zartan for my Dreadnoks, and now I got one. And he was $30. Next on the list was the Zeocog from the Power Rangers. And I have some Power Rangers figures and I'm collecting them. And actually I had about 1 or 2 of these that I got from Ross. Because Ross had these guys, I think at like $7.99 or $6.99. I sold a few, but then I think I kept like 2 or 3 of them. But you gotta have enemies for your figures to fight, right? So it's like I can't have Power Rangers with no enemies or, you know, some people to fight. So I went ahead and picked this guy up for 15 bucks. Normally this guy was going for like 24 or more, especially on the secondary market. He was going for more than 24. So definitely had to pick him up, and it was easy to do at $15. Moving right along. Now, I know I've told a bunch of you guys, I've already let it be known that I am not a Transformers collector, in the sense of just collecting Transformers in general. They appeal to my childhood. The cartoon and the movies, I like watching. The figures, I don't like collecting so much. However, there is one set of Transformers that I will always collect and that I'm seeking to collect right now, and that is Transformers the movie. Transformers the movie. The Transformers from the 1986 cartoon movie. So I like collecting these, and it's only... one of the main reasons is that I sat and watched this with my dad, like when I was a kid, and we would watch Transformers every day. Like he would pick me up from school and beeline it to the house, and we would just get there, watch Transformers and the cartoon lineup. And the Transformers from the early cartoon and the Transformers the movie, these have stuck with me for a very long time, and it's just something that I'm like, if I'm going to collect Transformers, these are the only ones I'm going to collect. And I also managed to pick up, now I didn't pick up Bumblebee from the toy shop. I got Bumblebee from Walmart, and he was going for $5. So yes, I was happy to pick him up. Honestly, you couldn't be like, oh, you like Transformers figures? Not really. It's just that it's because it's something that's a callback to my childhood of an experience that I had, chilling out with my dad. So with that, I did pick up Ironhide. He was $50. I was kind of hesitant to pull the trigger because, like I said, I'm really not a Transformers collector. However, because I'm willing to spend it, to collect a piece of my childhood, $50, I considered it was worth it. Moving right along again. As I said, I am collecting Power Rangers, but one of the things I think Hasbro messed up on was being a tad too late on the redesign of the Power Rangers figures. This is the remastered figure, and this is the Blue Ranger, as you can see. I don't know why I even said this is the Blue Ranger. You can see it right there. But the remastered Power Rangers, those bodies, those figures were nice, super nice. It's awesome that you can see the new bodies that they use for these. If you bought the Omega Rangers from Hasbro, Hasbro Pulse had them on sale for like $33, and those Omega Rangers was like $100 for that 4-pack. And they had them on sale for like $33. So I didn't hesitate. That was one of the things that got me into, increasing my collection of Power Ranger figures. I have a strict line of what I will collect. Every figure has to have double jointed knees and double jointed elbows, and definitely the female figures. But they also have to have that. They also have that upper and lower ab crunch articulation. So it gives the figure a better range of motion, especially when it comes to, doing an ab crunch or squeezing in tight kicks or curls for flips. So I like this I like this body style when it comes to the Power Rangers. And I do want to collect all of the remastered Power Rangers, and I'm doing it slowly over time. So right now I have blue, and yeah, I think blue is the only one I have right now. I believe the remastered Yellow Ranger is on sale on Amazon, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. But I found blue, and blue is $75. I can tell you right now, if anybody say, oh man, you paid way more than what it, yeah, that's because they're not selling these out of half from Hasbro anymore. And they're not, just readily available in retail stores. This is part of the problem with markups. It's like, hey, if you're going to get something, you need to go ahead and get it while you can, especially if you want it. Sometimes the long game doesn't pay off, especially when it comes to figures like these. But I did pick them up for $75. And if you look at remastered remastered red is over more than $100. So yeah. So sometimes it doesn't pay to play the long game, because the long game doesn't work for every figure. Now, lastly, the last thing that I picked up is something that I saw before, and I was glad that it was still there. And you all know I am a Mezco fan through and through. Mezco has produced some phenomenal figures, just like Mafex, just like SH Figuarts, just like Marvel Legends. Yeah, I paused because I was about to say McFarlane, but he pisses me off. So, all right. I'm gonna stop letting my bias seep into my videos. I can't help it. The man make figures that look good sometime, and then he turn around and make 3 crappy figures. That's what turned me off of him. But I got the 112 Arsenal. So if you didn't know what that A stood for, it stands for Arsenal. And who's Arsenal? Well, Arsenal is Green Arrow's former protege. Didn't they used to call him Speedy or Red Arrow? And then he changed I know in Young Justice, which was a phenomenal cartoon. I don't know why it got canceled, but in Young Justice, when they found the real Red Arrow, he changed his name to Arsenal because Cadmus had amputated his arm, and so Lex Luthor ended up giving him a replacement robotic arm with a hand cannon on it, and so then he started calling himself Arsenal. And so as you can see, he comes. Man, this dude is so nice. Matter of fact, let's see. Pull this out. Are we gonna pull this out real quick? I kind of don't want to disturb it right now, but for you guys, I'll do it. Come on. Oh, it's kind of got the little stuck thing on there. Come on. Okay. All right. Look, we just want to pull him out for a bit. Let's go. Come on, man. Come on, Red. All right. Now let's put your tray down over here. Okay, guys, look at this, man. Look at this. This guy is ready to go. Man, he looks nice. Yeah, that's hard plastic, but he has the material. I kind of don't like flexing this material as much, but I don't care because it's Arsenal and he's a DC character, and I don't mind building a 6-inch DC character. I already have Superman. I have Superman. I have, who else do I have from Mezco? Darkseid I have from Mezco. And I'm planning on buying, I had a Wonder Woman, but I had the movie version Wonder Woman that Gal Gadot, and I didn't like it. So I traded that figure in a while ago. Other than that, there's a website that also carries some Mezco 112 collective figures that I don't know how this guy still has them in stock, because I bought a Thanos from him and I haven't even opened that yet, but he also has a couple other DC figures, such as a battle hardened Wonder Woman with the axe and the shield and the sword, and I want that Wonder Woman. And he also has Aquaman, so I'm gonna plan on buying those. They're a little expensive, but I want them, so I'm gonna get them. But yeah, Red Arrow looks very nice. And I must say, man, it's like, hey, it's something, like I said, if it's something you want, get it. But These are, and oh yeah, he was 150. So yeah, Mezco doesn't become cheaper over time, especially when you're dealing with hero characters like DC and Marvel. But that's my pickups from Total Nostalgia, and that's what I ended up getting, guys. This is Figures of Action Reviews, signing out. Peace.